Hello, I'm Matt Mackenzie and welcome once again to Jane Mackenzie 24/7 Online Pilates. I'd like to run through some of the additional features that I've set up for you today, as well as some of the changes to the user interface and setup, which I hope will make things even easier for you. So first and foremost, to start with, when we look at our weekly classes, we have a new way of doing so, as well as being listed down here on the left hand side of the screen within the menu. As always, we have a new page called Browse Weekly Pilates Classes, and we can see that's this page here on the right hand side. So if I scroll down, you can see that each class is listed with an image taken from the class itself, and if you'd like to take one of those classes, you simply click on the See More button to jump straight in, which we'll do now. In fact, we'll pick that one because that one features yours truly. So I'm going to click on that one now, and in we go. Just waiting for it to load. And here we are, Pilates Week 7. Before I go any further, just to let you know that to make things a little bit clearer for you, rather than listing each class by the date of the week that it was released on, we're now naming classes with a serial number, but the current class will still be named according to its release date, just so that you can quickly and easily identify the very latest class, presumably the one that you wish to do this time visiting us. So looking at this class, week 7, as always we have our disclaimer, a little link to Pilates equipment if there's anything you need from us, a link to our general instructions. If I click on that, that opens up. There's also an additional link here that takes us to our introduction page. There are some additional videos in the introduction page which are very important if you haven't seen those the first time for new members, and then some general introduction information for all the classes. So I'm going to click on the heading and close that toggle box up. Scroll down. As before, each section of the class, the warm-up, standing balance, floor work and the stretches all come in a separate video to make it nice and easy for you. There's additional guidance for each section. By default those are open to make sure that you see them, but you can close them up to save space if you so wish. As with all of Jane's classes, she provides alternatives for people that can't do the basic exercises, and those are listed underneath, and it's clearly mentioned in the guidance where there are alternative exercise videos to watch. So I'm going to take us back now. If I go right back down to the bottom, we can rate a Pilates class. This is really useful for us just to know how we're doing, and also so that we can monitor how many people are taking each class. So to go back to the index, if I scroll up and click on Browse Weekly Pilates Classes, that takes me back to the main index. And of course, you can do any of the recorded classes whenever you like. As well as our recorded classes, we have weekly live stream Pilates classes with question and answers. Those now aren't limited to 40 minutes because we have a Zoom Pro account. You simply click on that link and that gives you details with the links to log in on Zoom and the dates and times that we run those live classes for you. For those of you that may be a little bit more advanced, we have some Pilates challenges. These are harder exercises or harder exercise variations just to work you that little bit harder. And believe me, some are very hard. Jane is often out of breath after performing those and trying to explain them at the same time. A new feature we have is some relaxation. So if I just click on that, and that will take us through to the relaxation page. We have a couple of relaxation sessions taken by Jane, an indoor one and also an outdoor one that we filmed just behind our house to the accompaniment of some natural birdsong, which is absolutely lovely. So perhaps you'll like to do those as well if you feel you need to relax. One of the other new features we have, if we hover over your profile icon in the very top right. You may or may not have added a photograph, that doesn't matter, but this menu is always available, and we can use it to switch between the different 24/7 services that we have available. So by default, Jane McKenzie 24/7 online Pilates members also have access to Achieve 24/7 online weight control, and just released our brand new Pilates exercise database, which I'm going to talk about in a few moments. So if I click on Achieve 24/7 weight control first, that takes us into that particular section, and I'll just very quickly run through some of the features available. This is obviously Jane's account, so we haven't filled in any real data for this yet, but we have a weight tracker that enables you to enter your data and plot how your weight changes over time, as well as your own body measurements if you choose to record those as well. And of course it's completely secure and completely private. We have some resources on how to lose weight, and plenty of other pieces of information on general healthy living. The main part of the weight control service is our live stream support group, which Jane takes each week, and again you'll click on that link and that gives you full details on how to access it and when it's held. And of course, common to all our online services is our support forum. So if I go back up now to the drop down menu in the top right, let's have a look at the support forum quickly now. So if I click on members forum, that'll take us through to that particular page. This works in more or less the same way as most forums. We have an announcement forum that Jane uses to let you all know about new services, new videos as they come out. We have an Ask Jane forum that we hope you'll use to ask Jane any questions or any queries you may have, and of course some general Pilates chat. So the bit you've all been waiting for, again I go back up to the drop down menu and I'm going to click on the Pilates exercise database. Now this is a brand new feature that I've been working very hard on over the last couple of weeks. We've always had a series of short Pilates videos available on the website, but what we wanted to do was to bring all those together in a properly categorized and searchable database that's genuinely useful for people. So let's have a look at some of the categories. Everything is listed down here, as always, on the left hand side, but by default when you come into the database you come into the exercise categories page. So we're categorizing our exercises in various different ways, and different exercises can appear in more than one category, those categories to which they apply. So to start with, we have exercises that would genuinely crop up during the warm-up section, those that come up in the floor work section, standing balance work, and in the stretches section. Then we also categorize exercises by body area, exercises for the core muscles, exercises for the arms and shoulders, and those for the legs and hips. We then have exercises categorized according to different pieces of equipment, bands, loop bands, blocks, soft balls, trigger point balls, and a new section on foam roller exercises, which I'm sure you'll be very interested in. Jane's also a qualified chair-based instructor, so we're also adding a variety of chair-based exercises here for those that wish to look at them as well. So for example, if I wish to just generally browse the database, if I go in, let's say for example exercises using a foam roller, I click on that particular box and that will take me through to a list of foam roller exercises. We've just set up this particular category, so there's only 3 at the moment. If you wish to have a look at a particular video, just click on view and then that will take you through to that particular exercise in exactly the same way as the Jane McKenzie 24/7 online Pilates system works. We have additional guidance which we haven't completed yet, but that will be coming soon, and then of course the video itself, just click to pay. Once you've watched your video, just click on back to exercise category index, and then that will take you back to where you started and you can start looking for another exercise. There's also a comprehensive search facility. So if I click here on the left under search database, there are two ways of searching the database. Firstly is by keyword. So for example, I can tap in anything I like into there, or I can select from a list of various keywords. So for example, any exercises relevant to the hip abductors, those are the muscles down the outside of the thighs. They're the muscles that lift your legs up to the side, and as you can see, it's brought some exercises up. Knee and side leg lift using a block, side squat using a loop band, all those exercises that work the hip abductors. So when we want to select an exercise, we just either click on the title or on the video itself, and it takes us to that particular exercise within the database. And there we are, so we can watch that. And then I'll go back to the category index. So that gives you a broad outline of Jane 24/7 and the services available. Let's just summarize those again. Weekly Pilates classes, a live 1 hour high quality recording each week, plus additional live Zoom classes for you to join in, additional Pilates challenges, members forum, Achieve 24/7 weight control, weight tracker, weight loss resources, and another live stream support group, and our brand new Pilates exercise database, searchable, indexable, and hopefully really interesting for people who are particularly into their Pilates. Once you've finished, you can of course log out, or you can leave yourself logged in for next time. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm Matt McKenzie. I'll be speaking to you soon.